All right. So, I'm going to just jump right on in and get started. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. Um, hi everybody. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of A Way of Life. I'm a career and business coach and using astrology. And a lot of the times I'll cover the new and full moon energies, any major astrology aspects that come up, because this typically has to do with or could affect the decisions that you may make in your career and business area of life. So, um, because Capricorn rules career and business, and that's my specialty, I will be doing an additional video and blog on what this energy is representing on an even deeper level. Like, I've done some research on, what people are saying about careers and all that type of thing there. And as you may or may not know, if you've been following me for a while, maybe I probably talk more about this on social media than I've ever done in any of my videos. That my newfound interest is money, because as I started my business, I realized how important money is. So I don't specialize in it in any way, shape, or form. I'm not a professional in that area, but I do and have learned some tips and tricks that I'll typically share here and there about, the importance of having money when you're starting your own business, or just in general, really. This doesn't have to have anything to do with a business or your career, just for yourself, if you're trying to get financially stable. With that being said, in the blog, I will be talking a little bit about money too, and adding that in. Again, I do that a lot more of that on my social media posts. So if you're interested in getting any of those tips, definitely want to follow me on all my social media. I don't have anything exciting about the business coming up at this point in time, other than we still are running our promotion for first free 5 minutes, with the call that you get with any of our readers. And that is until the 8th. Actually, that's 3 more days that promotion will end. And other than that, I don't have much else to report. So I'm just going to jump right into this Capricorn New Moon happening on January 13th. So new moons represent new starts, new beginnings, and a time to initiate something new. The sun and moon conjunct Pluto wants you to choose your new awareness, new energy, your higher conscious. And this new moon recognizes what you've learned, how far you've come, what wisdom you've gained, and what you want next. That's the really big thing here, because 2020 really came in and stopped everything, put everything on hold. And so a lot of the movements and things that we may have wanted to do really haven't been able to really get started until the end of last year. So moving into January, things are going to start to open up. Energy is going to start to open up, because we're moving into a lot more air energy, and we'll see more of that opening up in March. The first January and February are going to be still heavily immersed in this earth dense energy, but it's really not like it was in the beginning of last year, where it was hard, tough, frustrating even. This is more like I'm figuring it out, I'm gaining clarity, putting the pieces of the puzzle together to move forward. There's no going back to your old self, because we've healed old parts of ourselves. Now is a great time to honor your evolution, whatever clarity you have gotten, your personal respect, your self respect, and your personal power. plan for your next journey with a higher consciousness. Again, that's going to be the theme of the year, because Uranus rule is the higher octave of Mercury, so some kind of higher awareness, higher thinking is happening here. Who do you want to be now, right? You get the chance to reinvent yourself. How do you want to introduce yourself now? These are the questions you could be asking yourself at this new moon and really trying to figure out pretty much for the next 2 months. Venus enters Capricorn on January 8th. This energy supports your newfound value. She's not playing. Venus takes herself seriously in Capricorn. She's very professional. She knows her value and what she requires and what she's gained and her self-respect. Venus will trine Capricorn. Venus and Capricorn will trine Mars and Taurus and Uranus and Taurus. And then on January 14th, Uranus turns direct. That means all planets will be direct for a very short window, because we got Mercury in Aquarius going retrograde. And I'll talk more about that in another video, perhaps even a post. But we'll have all planets direct. That's going to be some pretty fast energy. Mars and Uranus together can be very volatile. And Venus is ruled by Taurus, so Venus is very strong, and she's strongly supported at this time. On a low vibration, this can be physical injuries, unexpected chaos, and anger, which I really, really think that we've surpassed that anger of Mars. This is a huge moment for Mars to really show how much he has learned, because remember, Mars had a massive year with being in Aries for 6 months, then going retrograde, and then having gone direct to now move into a new energy. That's going to be a pretty big shift. I think people are going to feel that in a pretty drastic way. But again, to show what you have learned. This is not that anger, frustration. Like, you're human, right? You're allowed to have these feelings and emotions, but again, you're going to be very strategic dealing with it. You're going to be more mature dealing with it. And just overall, this is going to reflect how you're thinking about, your money. Again, this is coming from last year, so more of what you've learned, right? And how can we put these new things that are coming up into place that you've possibly learned. You've gained something here. Taurus rules your possessions, budgeting, how your money can make you more money. So having a job, having 2 jobs, having 2 jobs and a side hustle, having 2 side hustles and a business. How are you, what are your multiple streams of income to support yourself here? A lot of these things are going to be coming up quite heavily. We could have shocks and unexpected eruptions in the market, in the stock market, anything to do with money on a government level, which would bring in these kind of feelings of possibly having some unexpected chaos and anger. But again, you're just going to deal with it in a more strategic, higher conscious way. So you really want to go slow and be mindful of your actions. This could also be weather conditions, harsh weather conditions coming in to cause disruptions in some kind of way. On a high vibration, what you value is being supported here. There could be a coming together of what you value. This is great for relationships. It's Venus we're talking about here. Venus rules the 7th house, so that's real estate, marriage, partnerships, business partnerships, so relationships, new relationships, and any relationship changes. You know, what are you manifesting moving forward? Is really going to be the attitude that I think a lot more people will have than not. And if not, either way, it's going to be making you think about what you need to change and do differently to get to this higher level of consciousness energy. Another aspect to this is that Mars is male energy and Venus is female energy. So we're having a coming together of the meeting of the minds of male and female energy. Remember, Mars has grown up, so he's coming to show up. I've been talking about this a lot. I did a video on Purpose Soul Mystics channel, who is now officially one of our tarot readers. We're just waiting to get her on the website, but we did a video on Jupiter and Aquarius readings together. She did the tarot and I did the astrology, and I remember something had come up about talking about Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane, how they did the verses, and Jeezy was the prime example of what I think Mars and Taurus is going to be more focused on. You know, he was like, I got a family. You know, I own half of Atlanta, real estate, right? You know, like he has responsibilities that he now knows and understands. He can't be acting in this lower vibration of Mars. It's time to grow up, right? Man up, level up. And I think we're going to see a lot more support from male energy leveling up this year and really for the next 20 years. Remember, this energy that we're experiencing now is not just for this moment, especially the Cancer full moon we had at the end of December, and now this new moon energy in Capricorn as the first full moon of the year with that great conjunction energy. This is really setting the stage for where we're moving for the next 20 years because of that great conjunction energy that's for the next 20 years. It's really a new age in general, but specifically, you know, the next 20 years. So also 2021 is a 5-year. 5-year is Leo. Leo rules the 5th house. The 5th house is fun, play, romance, children, creation, the creating of children, having children, hidden talents, fame, sports. And I feel like it's Leo, it's the sun. This is male energy. I think royalty in some way is going to be perfected through men. And just really, when I think of this energy, it's like the coming age of a male. You know, they went through their growing pains, if you will, and they have now reached young malehood, you know, and they're growing into their man and who they're going to be as men, if you will. And I really think that we're going to see men step up in a very powerful way with Venus here supporting that over the next 20 years. Males are coming back for their crown. And not to say that females aren't, and that we haven't had some transformation, if you will. I believe we have, and we're pretty much on the same page. But I think this is going to be different or difficult, more so for females, because especially females who are overly independent, right? Who are in that Mars and Aries low vibrational energy. And when I say low vibrational energy, it's not a negative. It's we were off balance. You know, as much as we as women pride ourselves on being strong and being able to take care of ourselves, now having the opportunity to have been educated or being able to be educated, as we know, that hasn't been the story that previous generations can tell. But and it was great, right? It was a beautiful experience that we've got to experience, but it's now off balance. Where I don't think that we should have not had those experiences. Women should be able to be who they are, have their own businesses, and these types of things here. But there should be a limit to it that doesn't overemphasize our femininity, our female energy. We are meant to emote. We are not meant to have to play the role of the male. So we have to switch that energy back over. So that's going to be the uncomfortability of it. Is like, oh shoot, I've been in such a strong position for so long, maybe like we forgot what it's actually like to be female. But we're going to learn. I'm just saying. And it's not going to be easy accepting that and going back to somewhat of a, age idea that is old. Capricorn rules old, and what's old over time gains value. And I really, really, really feel with this placement being here for women that over time men are going to step up in a way to help us balance it out first and foremost. And once we see that, we're going to acclimate to that and naturally fall into place over time, giving it even more value. Because I already feel like we've kind of been through so much in 2020 that it's opened our eyes as male and female energies. Even on a global level, if you think about it, like we have a global pandemic. I feel like in some way, everybody is actually on the same equal playing field. Like we have some same understandings of hardships and good times, and high vibrational female energy, low vibrational female energy, high vibrational male energy, low. Like I just think for once, and probably for a really long time, or almost I want to say forever, I don't have anything to back that. So I don't quote me on that, but I just feel like for the first time in a long time, we're on the same playing field. We still have some work to do, obviously, and we need to work through some things to get back to balance. But I do strongly believe that we're going to get there. We're not going to go so far back where, again, women can't learn, can't. We'll still have our roles, but we'll be in a more balanced role in that way. A little long-winded there, but I just think that energy is so dope. Uranus and Mars will square Pluto and Capricorn. The last time this energy was here was in 2019. This will come to a head the end of January and beginning of February. So if you've been feeling unworthy of the dreams, the big dreams that you've had, or just questioning how you're going to obtain your new goals, the tension from this energy is going to rewire your frame of reference, and you'll gain a new frame of reference. And then we have Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius squaring Pluto and Capricorn. This is higher intentions, more pieces to the story, what that looks like. This energy says keep going, keep moving forward, keep dreaming, and keep building. This is the new ways of experiencing life. We're going to have quantum leaps of forward movement with that Aquarius energy, revolutionary ways of thinking with technology. I actually even think that we're going to get, and I'm a Gemini, I'm a double air sign, so I'm like way ahead of myself every time I get into this energy, which is why I'm going to break it down and do another blog afterwards to talk about it on maybe like a more personal level, I guess, when it comes to career and business. But I feel like we're going to have quantum leaps forward. Like, it's going to almost feel like things are going to shift almost like that. Even with like deliveries, I feel like I think I posted something about this a while ago, talking about um, how Amazon. I don't know if anybody follows Jeff Bezos and the work that he does, and if you've heard some of the stories of people talking about how he runs his business, like people are complaining that he overworks them, and they're underpaid and things of this nature. And I don't condone any of that. I'm actually really a huge fan of Jeff Bezos for his money, um, save his money skills, in that way. But like, as far as that part goes, obviously I don't agree with that. But what I do think with that information is that um, Jeff Bezos' business has the opportunity to grow so big because companies are going to um, companies are going to um, run out of business. Like they're not going to make this thing that's happening with coronavirus, people not being able to work, or cities being on lockdown, and things of that nature. Like I feel like this thing is going to grow bigger than what maybe we can see right now. And when I think of what that bigger looks like, it's like companies are going to need to be more online, so they're going to need warehouse space, much like him. And if they can't afford it, they might have to partner with Jeff Bezos in some kind of way. So the delivery service, online shopping is going to grow exponentially, right? Especially with Jupiter being in Aquarius. Anything that Jupiter touches, it expands. And I feel like even though, like right now in this moment, as we're still figuring things out, delivery service and online are going to be massive, right? Businesses are going to go out. You're not going to be doing any more brick and mortar shopping, maybe more home shopping than anything. Like people turning their garages into garage sales. There you go. Boom. But even on a massive scale, I think the overwork of that for deliveries, like we look at how many issues we have when it comes Christmas time for deliveries. Every year this happens. This is nothing new, by the way. And it's only getting worse now because more people are being forced to shop online to get deliveries. And the more that grows, the more that system, that tool is not going to be effective anymore, right? Like we're not going to be able to use it in such a way that helps us, you know, get effective delivery. So I think that's going to grow into like drones. We'll get deliveries from drones or self-driving cars, because people aren't going to be able to do all of this work on our own. And we're going to get in such a mode of working from home and working differently in general, it's just going to change the way that we think and move overall on a pretty massive scale. Another long-winded explanation, but you know, this is going to be quantum leaps for real, but this is going to be providing us hope for what it is we're trying to build right now. Pluto in Capricorn is going to make this real, bring in the people and resources, opportunities, developments, and next steps. And you have 3 times to experience these shifts, shocks, and changes because of the squares to Uranus that I think I did these in the yearly readings that I posted on my IG post, where we'll have 3 squares 3 times throughout the year to help us kind of move into this new energy, to have more new people, again, resources, opportunities, developments, and next steps to come in. So I think this is really exciting, although, you know, we still have a lot of work to do, a lot of things to consider. But nonetheless, I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.